Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Craft Spot and the Busy Bee Workshop. So, as you heard last week, my girls' getaway weekend is in just Wednesday, 2 days. This Friday it starts, so we're going to have a long weekend of crafting and fun and hanging out with wonderful women, renewing friendships, making new friendships, and crafting and gabbing, lots of gabbing, wonderful meals, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be awesome. But that means it's been really busy in the craft studio. I have had Bev and Elizabeth here again today helping me out, and they are wonderful. So more cheers. I know we cheered them last week, but we can cheer them again this week because they've been here helping out again, and they are awesome. But we're down to the last bits of packing, so we're getting there. Anyway, yes, I do believe I am live on my business page today. I hope I'm on my business page. I don't know how to see it. Oh, look, I think I found me. So if you are here joining me, say hello. Let me know that you are here because then I will know that I'm somewhere. But I think I'm in the right place today. I just hope everything else works because, you know, it's technology. But I think I have it figured out. I think part of my problem before was that I was using a meeting that I had set up as a recurring meeting before all these changes, and somebody didn't like that. No, they weren't playing nice in the sandbox. So anyway, my helpers are still here. So just in case you hear any rustling in the back, it's because they're busy working. So we will excuse them. They're working and I'm playing. How is that? Like so wonderful. I have it all worked out. What can I say? Okay, let's head down to the craft area and I will show you. I wasn't sure what I was going to do today, but I thought I would share this card with you. This was my team make and take at our February team meeting. So I had sent people all the sizing and everything for what they needed to cut to make this card. And then we put them together at our team meeting. So everybody used all their own supplies, very similar to Connie's Craft Along. So it's always a surprise exactly who ends up with what. And Lori, who is on my team, if you know Lori, you know she always makes a Christmas card. So she had a Christmas version. And we just had all different versions of this card. So I thought I would share it with you here today. So it is a fancy fold. So it has this belly band with some of this stuff. Oh, I'm glad somebody likes that. Thank you. And then we have this card that part that opens, and in here we have more little flaps of fun. And then the card base per se, hello, Terry, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Is this Daffodil Delight piece on the back. And it's just a single piece of cardstock. It doesn't actually open. It's just the holder. So this is the card here. So there we go. So let's recreate this card today. Let's see if I can get it back together. There we go. Okay. So I have pulled out for today one of my absolute faves. If you do not have this, this is available in the online store, Translucent Florals. It is to die for lovely. It is distinctive in that it's, the outline of these flowers is darker and there's some shading, and then it's a little lighter. And the stamp does that all by itself, automatically. And so there's a whole lot of beauty right there. But if you follow me at all, you have seen that I have used this for all sorts of things because I love it. And also available in the online store is this beautiful designer series paper. So this is floral something, 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 something. But it coordinates with Translucent Florals. So if you go to the online store and you look for online exclusives, you will find it there. But if you search for translucent, it will come up, or florals or anything. You'll find it. It is easy to find. Just go to the online exclusive section. Okay, so for this card, we need a piece, and I've got Pretty Peacock, and that's 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we have this piece of Berry Burst that is 10 by 4, and it's scored at 5. So this is going to fold in half. This makes our folding piece. I'm just going to fold that and burnish it with my bone folder while we're here. Okay. And then I have 2 pieces of this pattern of designer series paper, and they are 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then we have 2 pieces of this DSP, and this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So 2 3 1/2 inch squares. And then I have another piece of Berry Burst, and I've used the deckled rectangles for these 2 pieces. So I always count my dies from the smallest outwards. So this is number 6, and this white is number 5. So starting in the middle, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and those are the 2 that I have used. But really, you can use any size you wish. It's not that crucial. Okay. Oh, and one more piece. This is Pretty Peacock, and it is 11 inches by 1, and that's going to be our belly band. Okay, so these 2 pieces we are going to fold in half on the diagonal. Okay, so I'm going to do both of these. So just lining up my tips. I didn't score these. You could, but it's an angle. You could do it on your trimmer quite easily. You just put your points in your track and score it. But because it's just completely in half, I just did it that. And it's designer series paper. If it was cardstock, that would be different. You would want to score that because then your fibers will break nicely. Okay, so, oh, I should have another piece of basic white that I do not. But there should be a piece of basic white that is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. I can cut it. My assistant got my cue, and she has brought me some basic white, so we can cut a piece. Thank you, Elizabeth. It's so handy having people here. I don't have to do the, talk amongst yourselves, and I will run and get things so much. Okay. Also attach the microphone to my shirt because I haven't done that before. I'm going to set this down here, and I'm just going to cut this at 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'll just cut it here, 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and this is for the inside. Clearly, I have not, unless I've lost it, which is totally possible. Okay, so what we're going to do with this before we attach it to anything on the back. So this is opening backwards. We're going to attach our, actually we can do it this way. I'll just put my adhesive on the back of this. Okay. So, you can use tape runner or liquid glue. I'm just going to use liquid glue. It does give you that little moment to wiggle if you need, although, again, you've got this nice folded line, so it's relatively easy to see where you're headed, but just in case. And then you're just going to aim for, actually it fits right across there, so folding that down like that, okay? And then the other one is going to come up from the bottom. Now, if you have a direction on your designer series paper, you might want to check and make sure which which side of the designer series paper you want to glue. But these leaves are pretty random, so it doesn't matter. It's good to do this one with a non-directional piece because it's getting folded on the diagonal. So even if it had an up and a down, you could end up with it looking a little bit off. Okay. And then this piece is just going to go in here and those will fold over it. So just set this up a moment. And where did my stamp set go? I lost it already. I have it. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put this little guy, or oh, maybe this guy, whew, like him. So we'll just put him down on the corner here before we put that in there. And I've pulled out Pretty Peacock, but maybe, yeah, we'll just do it with Pretty Peacock. I put Pretty Peacock and Berry First here, which are those two colors. So let me just go with that down in the corner there. Oh, double-sided paper. Get the whole thing inked. Press it down flat. There we go. So much better. And I am just going to clean this off so that I don't forget or lean in it. You know, when things get busy, that's when accidents happen, right? Okay. Close this up. Now I'm just going to take a moment here. Welcome to my world of cats. Sure whether that's cat fur or fuzz, but whatever it is, it should not be in my ink pad. So now it's fine. Okay, close that up for a moment, and I am going to adhere this to the inside of my card. Right here. Don't. And then we have these two pieces of designer series paper. So one is going to go onto this side. So this part is, you know, it's very fancy. You could do this too. That would be I hate when I do things like this because then I have to decide. But you know what? It's kind of plain. It's just sort of backgroundy, but it's pretty. No, I'm just going to stick with the original. If I make another one, I'll do it that way. How's that? That's the thing with designer series paper, right? All of a sudden you flip it over and you go, oh, I do like the look of that. But we'll just do it as originally planned with flowers for both. Don't. And then this one is going to go on the front. Here. Don't. And then all of this is going to go onto our base cardstock. It's not quite a card base as we traditionally think of them because it doesn't open, but it is the base of the card. So that right onto there. Okay, so there's that. Now to do a little bit of stamping here. And then what shall we do? Maybe this. You can tell this was not planned out, right? Maybe we'll do a couple. I don't know. If I mess up, I don't know what, well, if I mess up, I'm going to cut just ordinary white cardstock because I didn't die cut more than one of these. Thought about that. But the Big Shot was very active and busy today, as you can imagine, as we were preparing for everything. So I am going to use my Berry Burst. And, maybe. Hmm. I think I might only do one of these because I think I'm going to put happy birthday on here as well. So I'm going to do this here. Okay, we're kind of making this up as we go along, folks, but you know me. That's nothing new. And then I am going to get some leaves. Maybe these leaves. And I don't know that I want all of them. So I'm going to use a Post-it note to create a little bit of a mask. I'm going to put that right. I need to cut this out a little bit. And I gave my scissors away, so we'll just square this a little bit and see how this works. Well, look at that. That's pretty close, eh? A little bit deep. So let's try again. Maybe not quite so deep. Yeah, okay. I think it'll do. I think it will work okay. And then I'm going to bring in these leaves and this. Now, I think I might even, these are not, they're not super dark, but I think I might stamp them off anyway and just make them quite light. Yeah. Okay, might have to fill that in a bit with the ever-present blender pen. Okay, so I'm going to clean this stamp off. And then I'm going to use this block and put just a little bit of ink on it. Okay, so there's a little bit of ink there, and then you bring in the blender pen. And I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of that because I don't want this to be too dark. Right? Touch very lightly. There we go. Blender pens. They fix everything. And when you're finished, you just roll it on your paper until all the ink is gone. And look at that, totally clean. Every toolbox, you've heard me say this before. I say this all the time, right? Every toolbox needs blender pens in it. You can buy a pack of 3 that gives you 6 ends. You've got all sorts of color options and you can fix anything. If you've got ink, you've got the ability to make a marker. So it's awesome. So I'm going to stop there on that, but then I'm going to do happy birthday. Or I could do this long. What does it say? Wishing you all the happiness in the world. Look at that. That would, ooh, ta-da, I like that. Again, making it up as I go along. I warned you, right? Okay. All right. Hopefully that is straight because this is turning out beautifully. I don't want to mess it up now. No pressure. No pressure, but you know what? I'm just going to stamp this onto a piece of paper to see how it's going. It looks lovely. Hopefully I can do it twice. Okay. So we're going to put this onto here. Cross our fingers, hope that it's all good. That's where the gem goes. It's really tiny, but there is just the smallest shadow up there. but that's okay. That's where the gem goes, right? Okay, close these guys up before we get any extra ink anywhere that we don't want it. Move this out of the way, and we can finish putting this guy together. So I am going to put this onto here flat, and then I'm going to pop it up. What did I do here? I don't. Oh no, I put this one on with this layer with dimensionals, and then onto the belly band flat. I don't know that it matters, but this card is a little bit thick, so you want to kind of, weigh and measure where you're putting um, your dimensionals because it will get too fat for mailing. We don't want the post office getting upset with us. No. Okay, I just need to get some scissors. Okay. I'm down to the edges on my, oh, these are cut. I don't really need to cut them twice, do I? Oh, we got some dimensionals on this piece, partly because I was on a roll there. They were just coming off easily, but also because this is on a belly band. So people will be sliding it on and off the card. So it's going to get a little bit more, I say, use or a little more of a workout than if it was just getting popped up on a card and sitting there indefinitely or forever. Okay, then your belly band. You want to start this perhaps just a little bit past center and just use your finger to fold that. Okay, and then your finger to fold it again. Okay, now because we've gone around the long side, there's not a whole lot of extra. So just be careful. But once you kind of figure out where your fold should be with your fingers, then you can come in with your bone folder and just give them a nice press. But you don't want to score this and have it at decide by measuring where it should be because it may be too tight then. So just make sure this out of the way, fold that down, and then it should slide on relatively easily, she says, hopeful. Yes. There we go. Now, for this, you want to make sure you put your adhesive down the center. And again, I am going to go all the way down the center a couple times just to make sure it's good and secure because this is going to be moving on and off. So, should have been a little lower because okay. Okay. Alrighty. Right about there. There we go. And now all we need are some embellishments, some dots, some gems. What do we got here? I'm tempted to use this. I'm not positive. These are brand new. This is from the new adhesive back shiny sequence. It's part of the Zinnia set online exclusives that just went live yesterday. But those would work. I think I might find some in some blues that might work as well. So let's just see what else we have going on here. We have a little gem stuck to the outside of the package there. Oh, just there's some pretty peacock. I kind of like the pink ones better. What are these? These are berry burst. Oh, look, and this is from here. This is lemon lime twist. So I don't want that. And it refuses to stick on here because it's much happier sticking on me. Okay, he just does not want to go back onto the There we go. No, it's sticking to my finger. He probably needs some adhesive on the back of his. But what do we think? I think I like the pink on here. So I'm going to put some of these, right? We'll do one there, one on our little boo-boo, and then the third one. No, over here. Right about there, maybe. Oh, no. Not mine. Yes. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I love these new gems too, Terry. Aren't they? Like look at the colors. Woo, they're so yummy. Anyway, so there we go. There is our card. We'll use these another day. They will have their day in the sun, but for today, we use these others. So there we go. That is our card. Show you one more time. The belly band comes off, the card opens up, and then you have this where you can put your message. So kind of fancy, but not difficult to make. That's what we love the most. Looks how to impress your friends. Oh yes, I spent days making that fancy fold and a belly band and all those pieces. Okay, you know, if they're a crafter, they're not going to believe you, but you can try. So there we have it. Okay, let me just come back here and join you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the card. I hope you give it a try. And I hope you have an awesome rest of the week. I will not do Connie's Craft Along tomorrow night. If you are on my email list, you saw that everything's going to be packed up by then, hopefully, or I will be madly packing it. But I will be off to the retreat, so I will not be able to do Connie's Craft Along tomorrow night. And my Sunday email is scheduled to go out on Monday now, but you will get it. So watch for that. Okay. And if you don't know all those things because you are not on my mailing list, then you want to go to greatstampingwithconnie.com and subscribe to my mailing list, because then you'll have all the info about everything that's going on, including our next retreat, and you can join us for all the fun. Take care, everyone. I hope to craft again with you really soon. Bye for now.